So most people know how to use Gemini, they know ChatGPT, maybe they've tried Perplexity, but very few people have even heard of Google AI Studio. And that really turns this into a secret weapon because armed with this tool, people are starting real online businesses every single day. In this video, I'll show you how powerful Google AI Studio is and some real ways that you could potentially use it to start an online business. Now, if you've never heard of it, Google AI Studio is basically Google's entire suite of AI models all in one place. Pretty much anything you can do with Gemini, you can do inside of Google AI Studio, but you can also do a lot more. So there's of course text models, there are image models like Nano Banana, they have video generation models. Everything's in here. And the cool part is that this is completely free to use for most of the features. Now, I think what turns so many people off about Google AI Studio is that it seems very technical or something only for developers, but that's actually not the case at all. Anyone can use this. You just have to go to aistudio.google.com, sign in with your Google account, and you will have access to all of these powerful AI tools. And it's really not that difficult to use once you understand how to actually navigate it. And in fact, when it comes to building a business, this is one of the most powerful tools that you can use. Now, of course, I'm not promising you any results here. This video is just for entertainment and educational purposes, but there are some real ways that people are using this to build online businesses. For instance, one potential way to do that is to use Google AI Studio to build and sell custom AI apps. And to do that, you want to navigate here inside Google AI Studio to this section right here that's called Build. And this will allow you to bring your app ideas to life using Gemini. And down here, there are a ton of different examples of ways that people have done this. And luckily, it is very easy to do. So let's say, for example, I want to build an app that helps people plan for retirement. Well, all I have to do is inside this prompt box right here, paste in all of my ideas for what this app will be called, how it will work, what it will look like. I can go ahead and change my model if I want, but let's just keep things really simple. I'm not going to change any settings. I'm just going to click right here where it says build. Now here on the left, you see the chat where I went and prompted it. And on the right here, it'll actually start building out this app. And it actually does it remarkably quickly. In fact, it is now finished and this only took about 2 minutes to actually generate this entire app and it's fully functional. So up here, we can see the name. This is the name that I gave it, but it created this logo for us. And we get an entire preview of what this app looks like and how it's going to work. And we can actually test this out. So again, this is a retirement planning app. I can go ahead and put in my current age in here. I can say when I want to retire, how much I've invested right now. And let's say I contribute this much money every single month. And I'm going to invest about 90% of it and keep like 10% in cash. Go ahead and run the simulation and it'll tell me how much money I'll have for retirement. Now, I purposely told it to keep it very simple, but I could have given it a lot more elaborate directions about different inputs, but you begin to get an idea of how well this actually works. So from here, once you've built an app like this, you can click on the top right here where it says deploy app or click on download app, and you can actually save it to GitHub or deploy it to Google Cloud. And then you can potentially sell it or sell access to it or build these out custom for different companies. So let's say a financial planning company wants an app like this, you can go ahead and build it out for them for a fee. Now, the second way to potentially make money with Google AI Studio is pretty similar, but instead of building apps, you're building websites. And again, you can either build these out for specific clients or you can sell these on third-party marketplaces. So returning back into Google AI Studio into the build section again, this time I'm going to describe what website I want it to generate. So I'm asking it to build a nice website for someone who's a photographer to showcase all of their photography photos. I'll go ahead and click on build and you'll be able to see in real time as it's actually analyzing the scope of the work, refining the technical specifications, and really working through this to make sure that you get the best website possible that matches your prompt. So this is what it came up with. And I gotta say, I think this is a stunning looking website that it generated. Very beautiful, very responsive. I can click on any of these images. It blows it up so you can get a bigger picture of what it looks like. So this is something you could offer to a lot of different businesses. Reach out to local businesses in your area. Look at their websites. Find ones that are bad. A lot of local businesses have really bad old looking websites and offer to bring their websites into the modern age with something very stunning and very beautiful. This third use case is something entirely different that Google AI Studio can do, but it's really cool. If we navigate back to the homepage, this time we want to click right here where it says text to speech with Gemini. And this is high quality AI text to speech. It's really cool what you can do with this. So over here, you see the script builder. This is where you can actually script out what you want the AI voice to say. And over here on the right are some settings. Now, what's awesome about this is that you're not limited to just one speaker. You can actually have two speakers going back and forth, having a conversation with each other. So down here are the settings for that. So we can give each speaker a name. So I'll call one of them Mike, and the second one will be called Susan. And then what we'll do is you can choose what voice each of these AI speakers have. So for Mike, let's go ahead and select this one, hear what it sounds like.
Got a project in mind?
Yeah, so that one sounds good for Mike. And then for Susan, let's try this voice.
Ready to build something awesome today?
That sounds good. But you see, there are a lot of different choices here, but I'll just stick with those two. And now you can actually write out the entire script. So these are the general instructions for what you want the style of this to be. But then we can go ahead and click add dialogue. So for Mike, he's going to basically introduce this little podcast they're putting together. They're going to talk about different ways you can use Google AI Studio to start an online business. And then Susan's going to respond, just saying that she's really excited to get started and show you guys all this stuff. So once you have it scripted out exactly the way that you want, go ahead and click on Run.
Today we're going to be showing off some ways you can potentially use Google AI Studio to start an online business.
Yeah, and we're really excited to share this stuff with all of you.
Yeah, so super impressive what it's able to make. And then if you like it, you can just click on these three dots and actually download it to use it. And there are countless ways that you can use this. So if I return back to a new one, you notice down here, they give you some suggestions. You can create podcasts. You can create voiceovers for movies. You can create audio for voice assistants. Really, the sky is the limit. Another great use case is you can create 5 to 30 second audio ads for local businesses. Think car washes, dentists, cafes, and then they can run that ad on the radio or on Spotify. For instance, here I'm telling it to read an ad for Main Street Tacos and to do it in a high energy radio DJ voice.
Come on down to Main Street Tacos, where every Tuesday it is 2 for $1 Tuesdays. The best tacos in town. You don't want to miss out on this.
Or you can create a faceless YouTube channel or a subscription app for guided sleep stories and affirmations. For instance, here I'm having it read this very short bedtime story about a bear that's curled up, ready to go to sleep.
The little bear curled up in his mossy den, listening to the soft rhythm of the rain tapping against the leaves.
I mean, the fact that it is now able to whisper is just super impressive. So really, the sky is the limit with all of this. Get creative. There's so many different use cases for this level of text-to-speech. For my fourth example, I want to show you how Google AI Studio is capable of doing a whole lot when it comes to image generation and image editing. But there's a little trick here that screws up a lot of people. So when most people come inside Google AI Studio, they'll see this button right here that says try Nano Banana Pro, the state-of-the-art image generation. They'll click on that, and then they'll realize that they're not able to use this without a paid API key. So they'll give up and think that image generation isn't available to them for free inside of Google AI Studio. But it actually is, because what you need to do is on the top right here, you need to change what model you're using. So I'm going to select here, and instead of choosing Nano Banana Pro, which is their newest model that costs money, I can go with the regular Nano Banana or one of these other models, but we'll select the regular Nano Banana, and now this one is available to you. So I can say something as simple as generate an image of a dog wearing a banana costume, and you'll see, even though I don't have an API key attached here, you can see that on the right, it's still generating the image for me. There we go. And there are, of course, countless ways you can use this for your own business or to help other businesses that pay you for this service. So for instance, if I click on New Chat, I can go ahead and have it create for me, design a viral thumbnail for a YouTube video. I went ahead and uploaded a photo of myself as well, and I'll go ahead and click on Run. And here we go. This is the first rendition of it. If you don't like anything, personally, I think this one needs a little bit of work, but I can go ahead and tell it exactly what changes I want it to make, and it can go ahead and make those changes for you. So Yeah, completely free inside of here. Nano Banana is still a great model, even if it's not the pro version. But I have another tip for you guys as well, because sometimes you'll still hit limits on Google AI Studio, but there is a workaround for that as well. So what you can do is return back to Google AI Studio, go ahead and click on build. You can actually build out apps that generate images for you, and that you can do without a paid API key. So for instance, right here, that is exactly what I did. I asked it to build out an app that will take a photo of my pet and transform it into a famous photograph, or a famous painting, I should say. So I'll show you how it works. I'll upload a photo of one of my pets. Then you can go ahead and choose your artistic style. So something similar to the Mona Lisa or American Gothic or Starry Night. So for this one, I'm going to go with the Great Wave, and I'll click on Paint My Pet. So now this app that I generated with Google AI Studio Build is now doing the image generation for me. So you see now the image is complete. All I have to do now is click on Download Masterpiece, and I'll own it. And you can take this concept and really run with it. So you can have Google AI Studio create for you an entire image editing tool where you can go ahead and change the saturation, you can remove the background, you can replace people with other people in the images. Things like this, where you take a photo of someone and transform it, these are incredibly popular, and people actually pay money for these on websites like Fiverr. You might have seen these go viral, where people would have as their profile photos, it's a picture of them, but it looks like it's an anime or Studio Ghibli style, or them inside of an action figure box. You can create apps inside of Google AI Studio that do all those things, and then you can actually sell the final product, the image that you make of the person, as an actual service. And finally, Google AI Studio does give you preview access to Gemini's latest models, the same models that are only available on the paid version of Gemini. So if you click right here where it says Chat with Models, this is where you can actually chat with them. And this, of course, unlocks all the possibilities that come with a standard AI chatbot, but there are some key things in here that I like better. So the first thing you need to do is on the top right, you need to change your model. So click on this. And then you want to click on all, and you want to select the preview model up here, which is Gemini 3 Pro Preview. Then you can go ahead and actually change out the system instructions. So this is really cool because you can have a variety of different instructions that you save. So let's say, for instance, you get hired to actually be a ghostwriter for a business owner. So what this is someone who needs you to write content for them, or maybe write newsletters for them, or emails, or social media posts, but you want to make sure it's in their tone of voice. So what you can do is you can create a system instruction that details exactly what their tone of voice sounds like. So that's what I did right here. And I can call this, let's say, Bob, who's the person I'm ghostwriting for. So there we go. I have the system instructions for Bob as a ghostwriter, and then you're ready to go. So I can go ahead and type in here, I'm putting together a newsletter about the best ways to use Google AI Studio. I'll click on run, and here you see it actually built out this newsletter for me in Bob's tone of voice. And there are a ton of other settings here on the right as well that you don't normally get inside Gemini. So we have things like temperature that you can change. You can change the meter resolution, the thinking level. You can have structured outputs if you want, code execution. So a whole bunch of settings in here that really help you fine tune this exactly the way that you want. And of course, this is just a preview of what you can do with this. Anything that you can do with an AI chatbot, and there are countless ways people are using that to make money online, you will have access to the top model, at least a preview version of it, inside of Google AI Studio completely for free. So there you have it, 5 mind-blowing ways to potentially use Google AI Studio to make money online. From building and selling apps to even doing image generation completely for free. These are all real opportunities that people are taking advantage of right now. Now, if you want to see more ways you could potentially use AI tools to make money online, you definitely want to check out this video right here. It's one of my most popular videos, and it's popular for a reason. So go ahead, click on this video right here and check out some of my other workflows. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.